Hello everybody, my name is Uli Fussenecker. I'm the head of Sonic Space Basel, one of the top destinations in Europe to study creative contemporary music making and performance, be it digital or analog, notated or free, and of course everything in between. Talking about Sonic Space Basel, that means composition, contemporary performance, audio design, improvisation, media composition, sound art, music theory, and from 2022 onwards, the new master, open creation. For one of our fields of study, the contemporary performance, we have spectacular news. We were able to hire two of the most important performers of new music to our team. The singer-performer Sarah Maria Sann and the electric guitar player Jaron Deutsch. Welcome, Sarah. Sonic Space Basel is not totally new for you. Can you tell us what connects you to this location and also what experience you have already had here?
Yeah, hey everybody. Thank you for having me, Uli. I was at the Sonic Space 1 year ago for a workshop, a test and try workshop that Mike Svoboda organized. And I was fascinated by the big variety of pieces that the people brought, by a very broad mindset, and the way they approach pieces and repertoire, which is not usual, because I give masterclasses everywhere in the world, and I have been in so many universities and Musikhochschulen, and usually I am the one who has to bring in the repertoire, who has to pull all the strings, you know? And at the Sonic Space, that's not the case at all. So everybody just works from a much higher basic onwards. And that was fascinating for me, and I loved it.
Your artistic activities are quite diversified, I would say. Do you think that this is actually a precondition for survival in the music market today? Or to put it another way, are the days of high specialization over? What do you think?
From my personal experience, I think diversification helps a lot on the market. Yeah, so I survived so many years on the market, and I could push my career in a good direction because of my diversification, and because I'm interested in so many different styles and aesthetics, and just because I'm curious to learn new stuff all the time. But despite that, that's only my life and my personal experience, and there are still people everywhere in any field of excellency, may that be sports, may that be music or science, who are interested or even obsessed with one certain object. And yeah, this will never disappear. And those people will be excellent in their certain topic and will make a world career with this specification. So I think there is no way to describe it dogmatically or to think we know the answer or the truth about this. But I really think that having a broad horizon, staying curious, reading, exploring, is good for our minds. Even if you're excellent in one certain topic, just playing Mozart on the piano or Beethoven, I guess Igor Levit would agree that it's necessary and very important that you are interested in many more different styles and aesthetics and things in the world, from politics to philosophy, etc., etc. And the Sonic Space is a place where diversification is supported very much by the whole teaching team. And that is something I'm looking very much forward to.
To get an impression, here is a small excerpt from the 2021 master's degrees, which always take place with us as part of the 10-day Attacca Festival in Basel. Yaron, thanks for joining. You worked on a project with the Sonic Space Basel students in January 2021. Can you tell us a bit about your experience here in Basel?
I think it took a week-long project. We prepared for a concert, very versatile and diverse. And most striking was the level of the students, the level of their dedication and involvement, and how they were intensely and non-stop working towards reaching a result and a musical level that, on one hand, if would come in the hall, a professional, an extremely experienced musician, he could just sit back and enjoy an incredible, well-done performance, but at the same time was so transparent and inspiring and exciting for just a curious audience who would just love to go out one evening in Basel and see a great concert. No less, what was striking is that we worked on daily basis many times until 11 in the night, midnight. Nobody just wanted to leave the room until things are at place. But also teachers used to arrive at 11 and midnight, just adding their input, exploring, hey, what's going on? What are you working on? And suddenly contributing. So the whole atmosphere in my memory was that it was so vibrant from morning till night, and the performance was in accordance, very, very rewarding.
Yaron, as we saw in the excerpt from your workshop, the performative has come to play a pretty significant role in the contemporary music these days. Do you think this is a temporary phenomenon, or is it sustainable?
You know, it is a lot about, I would say, subjective associated answer. Some would be more drawn to staying on the instrument, very connected to that traditional way of performing and presenting music. And there are those who aspire and go towards something that is more external from the instrument and being more body oriented. I always try to find an interesting and rewarding balance between both aesthetics, because no one knows the future, and we are not trying to capture that future and know what we should do. There is no right answer here. There is a purely an aesthetic, artistic desire of where one is drawn to. But what is very frequent, and where I find the interest of meeting points, is where the performative is highly associated and connected with musical thinking and instructions that are derived from music, because that's the area where musicians have that X factor advantage. Of course, they are in a weak spot if it's something that is more oriented with theater, because there are actors who do that for 20 or 30 years, and the same with dancers. But in that workshop, if I think about the piece from Matthew Shlomowitz that is so derived from musical compositions, and the instructions are also very musical, notated and oriented, of course, the musicians are feeling at home, and they can give an extra element or added value to a performative art.
Anna Sova, you finished your master in composition in June. Would you say that the close collaboration with the performers here in Basel has had a substantial impact on your way of working, of composing?
Yes, absolutely. But I need also to say that I heard about this before I came to Basel. Actually, this was one of the arguments why I decided to study here. And I think it was a really good decision. And I think this is really, really special place because students can play really well some small micro intervals things or really detailed external techniques. And in the same time, 5 minutes later, the same person gets on the stage and work only of their body objects or another things. And I think for composer general, this is like dream, like you can work with the people with several different approach actually.
We work not only with our local studying composers, but of course also with composers of different generations who are regular guests of ours, such as Enno Poppe, Georges Apergis, Jennifer Walsh, Matthew Schlomowitz, and many others. Here's an excerpt from the final concert of the 2021 workshop with Beat Furrer.